Davie Fogarty's brand has made over $1 billion in sales by selling one product, an oversized blanket. They market this to dozens of different audiences, which is why he's one of the goats of e-commerce. So in this video, I'm gonna break down his entire funnel for you to copy into your business. Okay, so the first step of any funnel is the paid advertising, and this is ads that companies run on Meta and Google to get traffic to the website itself so they can sell the actual oversized blanket. Now, the key to success with meta ads specifically, because that's what I understand best, is creative diversity. And there was an update with Meta recently, the Andromeda update. What that specifically means is that Meta knows when you post two ads which are very similar, and what it does is it groups those ads together and shows those ads to the type of people that it thinks it's gonna resonate best with. And that's a good thing in general, but it does cap your ability to show ads to new audiences. So the way that you get your ads showing to new audiences is you need to come up with as many different concepts as possible, many different formats and styles of ads. So how does the Oodie do this? They have a few ways. They have a bunch of different formats. They have static ads, they have UGC ads, they have video, product showcase ads. They have ads which kind of combine both. It's like a UGC at the top and a product showcase at the bottom. They have a big range of ads and that helps capture new audiences. The second thing they do, and this is the real secret sauce in their acquisition strategy, is their licensing strategy. They have secured deals with Disney, Warner Brothers, Nickelodeon, and more businesses so that they can make merch for all of these companies and more. They've got Harry Potter merch, they've got Pokemon merch, they've got Hello Kitty merch, they've got Squid Games merch, Manchester City merch. For the football team. These are all completely different audiences, and with the Andromeda update, Meta can see the Harry Potter logo in the ad, which they're allowed to do because they've actually officially licensed it, and it will show the products to people that are interested in Harry Potter. They have Pokemon products. They're using the official logo, and this will show to people that are interested in Pokemon. This is how the Oodie consistently keeps reaching new audiences and continually growing because of this licensing strategy, and it is their secret sauce in acquisition, or their moat that you could call it in their acquisition. So yeah, this is just one of the reasons why he's done $1 billion in sales. So that's their paid ad strategy. Once someone sees a paid ad and then clicks on it, they get directed to their landing pages. And their landing pages are actually a lot simpler than what you'd expect for some other businesses, because generally people direct them to product pages or listicles or go crazy with their landing pages. Oodie keeps it quite simple. For example, if you click on a Pokemon ad, you go onto a Pokemon collections page and you can see all of the Pokemon related products. If you click on a blanket ad, you go to one of their blanket products, like you can see on screen. Peter Rabbit, you go on to a Peter Rabbit one. Naruto ad, you go to one of the Naruto or the landing pages. Now, why they do this is because they sell fashion accessories at the end of the day, and generally with fashion products, people just buy because they think the clothes look good or they see something that they like. These guys have also worked with tons of landing page agencies and CRO agencies, so if this is what they're doing it because it is the highest converting option for their business. Now, a few notes on landing page conversions. All of their landing pages are optimized for mobile because most people that see an ad are gonna see it on their phone and they're gonna click through and open the website on their phone. So their collections pages here are very well optimized. You can see at the top here, it just shows categories. And then if you scroll down, you can see individual products. And then if you click on an item, product page is also very optimized. You can see the name, pictures of the product, and reviews all above the fold, which is really good. Now, this strategy works really well for the Oodie because most of the time when people buy fashion, they're just browsing to see what they might be interested in. They don't generally buy on their first visit. So how the Oodie maximizes the chance that people convert who land on their website is by capturing their details. So in general, a very optimized landing page can convert anywhere from 2 to 5%. However, a pop-up on your website to capture people's details can convert anywhere from 5% to 20%. These are some of the pop-ups that the Oodie has on their website. They have a pop-up that looks like this, offering a mystery discount, or they have a pop-up that offers 15% on their first purchase. I noticed multiple, which shows that they're testing different pop-ups, and I'll walk through those pop-ups one by one. So for the pop-up that they're running right now that I came across, it is offering 15% off people's first purchase, and they can put in their name and email and they get 15% off. Then it shows this slide where they can also get SMS updates. And if they put in their SMS, it takes them to this slide where they can get a discount code and continue shopping on the website. Now, one of the older pop-ups that they were doing looked like this, where they'd offer a mystery discount and then you get $30 off and you can choose to upgrade it by giving your phone number, or you can choose not to opt in. One of the main downsides to this pop-up, which they were running previously, is that they wouldn't give the discount code in the pop-up itself. And this is a huge mistake which affects website conversions. Like whether you opted in or not, you just had to go to your email or your phone to actually get the discount code to check out. Now this is a big mistake because we always want to give people the discount code on the website so they can complete their purchase on the website itself. Getting people's emails is valuable, however, we don't want to get people's emails at the cost of them converting on the site right now. When we make people go to their email inbox to get a discount code, we give them a reason to leave our website, and a lot of the people that leave our website will just never come back. So always prioritize getting the sale on the site with the discount code. So for their welcome series, the first email they send looks like this, and it's basically got the offer very clear at the top of the email, and that's best practice for all welcome series email flows, because most people that sign up to the welcome flow are generally signing up to get some sort of incentive. And so you want to make that the priority of the email. So here's $30 off, and then we have a few unique selling points. We make the code very easily visible, and we also add a little bit of urgency just to force people into action to actually buy. Then we have a few value propositions after the call to action, and we push popular categories so that people can go directly to the product they're interested in. Then after one day, we send another email following up saying, hey, your $30 discount is waiting on you. We do the same sort of thing, re-emphasizing the discounts, highlighting the urgency. But this time we talk about unique selling propositions that make the Oodie different to the other blankets out there. Now, instead of pushing best-selling categories, we push best-selling products, and we're reminding people of the offer because, again, this is the strongest selling point that we have in our emails. Then after a day, we send another email, and then after a day, we send another email after that too. Important thing from the welcome flow is that cadence is very important. When someone joins your database is when they're most interested in your business. The longer they stay on your newsletter, the lower the likelihood is that they will ever purchase from you. So you really want to be aggressive right at the start, because if they click on an ad for your products, they're probably going to start seeing ads for competitors. And the Oodie understands this, which is why they really try to stay on top of their customers with email marketing. And they know that if they don't get someone at this stage, well, then they're likely going to buy from a competitor, which we don't want. Now, you don't have to send an email every single day. However, you do have to send at least 4 emails in the first week. Now, the great thing about emails, and specifically email marketing on Klaviyo, is that when a customer does something on your website, that data goes into Klaviyo, and you can trigger automations based on that. So for example, if I add this product into my cart and I leave without purchasing, well, then the Oodie knows that I've actually looked at this product and added it to cart and haven't purchased. And that data goes into Klaviyo, and you can set up a flow so it triggers and dynamically shows the product that I was looking at in the email automation. So it's personalized to me. So the Oodie does this. They send an abandoned cart email flow saying, hey, did you forget something? And they give a nice little offer and show the product that I was interested in just to remind me to come back and buy this. So this email looks like this. They've got a little bit of urgency that they showcase here, and then they showcase some value propositions after the second call to action. Then, after one day, if I don't convert from this email, they send another email. Again, re-emphasizing the discount and showing the product once again so that I can go back and complete my purchase. Now look, to be honest, I don't really think this is that good an abandoned cart flow, because generally we don't like giving a discount in the first email itself. We like using the discount as a way to get people back if simply bumping them doesn't work. However, for the Oodie, it seems to work, so we'll leave it at that. Now, the next flow I'm going to cover is the post-purchase flow, and in my opinion, this is probably one of the most important flows in email marketing. I just posted a video on why it's the most important flow and how to make a good one, but these guys do it pretty well. In essence, right after someone purchases from you, you want to send an email confirming their order, and then immediately after that, you want to send an email welcoming them to your community and to your brand. Now, anytime someone makes a purchase from your business, there is a small voice in their head that's thinking, oh my God, am I actually going to get this product? I'm worried. And so the purpose of the post-purchase flow is basically to put a stop to that voice and make them feel like they made a good decision. So the Oodie does this by saying, hey, thank you, welcome to the Oodie family. You just made our day, thank you for choosing the Oodie. And then a day later, they send an email giving tips on how to get the most out of your Oodie. Now, a lot of people also buy this as a gift. So they have a section here which says learn how to bow your Oodie up, so you can give it as a gift. Learn how to wash it, which is for people that actually buy it for themselves so they can wash it and take care of it. Learn how to fold it. Learn how to use your travel Oodie. All of these are things which help people have a better experience with their product. And the key is this actually sends before people get their item, which serves 2 purposes. Number 1, and this is the obvious reason, is to make sure people have the information when they get the product, so they actually know how to wash and fold their Oodie correctly. But number 2, because the Oodie goes above and beyond in giving value here, it kind of makes the customer feel like, why would they do that if they're trying to rip me off, right? Like if the Oodie was just trying to rip off customers, they wouldn't go through the effort of giving all genuine value. So this on some level just helps reduce that buyer's remorse and helps subconsciously convey to the customer that they're not getting scammed. And then after the product actually arrives, that's when they ask for a review. Now, they don't really upsell different products in the post-purchase flow because they want to keep that for just building community and adding value. And most of the selling that they do actually happens in their campaigns. They send pretty consistent campaigns that you can see over here. They're always pushing new products that they're releasing or new licenses that they've come up with. Here they come up with one for Adventure Time and they're just pushing those products. They also send a bunch of plain text emails. So this is a fashion brand, so generally you'd expect the pictures sell, but plain text emails work because they're just so different to what you'd expect from a fashion brand. They've got one over here, another one over here. Now what you're actually gonna notice from sending plain text is that they generally outperform your design-based emails. And people look at the metrics for that and they think, wow, I should just only send plain text emails. But that's not a good idea. Plain text work because they are different from designed emails. They deliver better, which is one thing, but the second thing is that it's an actual pattern interrupt. So if all you're sending is plain text messages, it's gonna stop working because it's no longer a pattern interrupt. And at the end of the day, people do buy fashion products because they like what it looks like and they need to see what it looks like, and the design is really important for that. However, you can send a couple every month and that will increase your revenue from email campaigns. Now for a brand like Oodie, they generally have a full planned out marketing plan and always have new things happening every week. So for example, they're doing activations with charities or launching a product with specific charities and donating all the profits to that charity. Or they might be launching new products which they can talk about to their audience. And this happens pretty frequently for them, so they can spend most of their campaigns talking about things that are actually happening in the company because there's so much happening. However, if you're an e-commerce brand that doesn't have that much happening, you can send emails like this where you just push products you already have. You can break down the unique selling points and the features of the product, or a campaign that you can send is a social proof campaign. All you gotta do is just take some reviews that are on your website and then turn that into a campaign where you push products. For example, they say, our Oodie squad have spoken, here's some products and here's some customer reviews. Let loose your inner child. And then we have another call to action over here. Okay, and that is the funnel for the Oodie. To summarize, they get traffic to their website using paid advertising on Meta and Google. One of the main things that separates their paid advertising is that they have a bunch of different concepts that are unique that they run, and they have a licensing strategy which allows them to reach new customers and audiences that they never would have reached otherwise. Then those ads take people to their website where they take them to collections pages where they can scroll through and see all of the different products that they're offering and people can click on them. And people will either convert onto the website, which is mobile optimized, or they will give their details on a pop-up, which looks like this, and sign up for text messages, in which case they go into the email marketing funnel, which will eventually convert them into customers and repeat customers. So if you want help building a funnel just like this for your e-commerce brand, I can't really help you with the paid ads or landing pages. However, I can help you with your email marketing. We've actually run the email marketing for over 100 e-commerce brands around the world, just like the Oodie, and we help them generate 30 to 40% of their revenue from Klaviyo. So if you want help with that, you can click the link in the description to book in a call directly with me and see if we can help.